Hi there. I bought this gong at the Berkeley Anthropology Museum. I'm sorry. So, I'm going to read one old poem and two new poems. When I was doing metric study with Boris, who's sitting over here in the corner, we would have these long, rambling philosophical conversations over the nature of fiction, and that became the genesis of this piece. It's an essay on fiction. It's called A Fiction. A fiction, which is a plan facing you, our secret explications, the narrator who has 7 arms purely to fuck with you. Live on the plot, square bob, plumb line, choosy. Or chatty and resist closure by not talking about anything at all. Or disruptive and chic, pornographic if you think it'll work anymore. Or happy and we're doing our best to avoid narrative structure in favor of lyric possibilities. Ecstasy over closure, wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? Or we're tired and we don't want to choose anymore. Or we're locked into a failed economic model that's going down with the rest of the country. Or imagine we are characters, and that we are depicted as blank rectangles, one certain part of which is scribbled black. The blank part represents the particles of ourselves that can be known by ourselves, by our readers and authors who are also readers. The scribbled section is the mystery, the heart of us, the reason narratives cohere around us. But there's more. There's a lion. A lion is in your house. That outline is your house. And the lion is eating your house. And because the lion has eaten your house, you're going to have to live inside that lion. It'll be your turn to be the black square, to live in the dark. You better be nice. Imagine we are characters again, but what counts this time is setting. Not just that where we are determines who we are, but all those opportunities. You can tell the same story in Florida, but you wouldn't be the same person. You want to do different things. In Panama, you can't say it's snowy and say stay put, but I can say no, so rapidly it's hitting you. Go out then, you say. So I'm out. And it's great and snowy and we're not in Orinda. I thought I loved snow, but really I only like it just a little. So I say, can I come in? And you say, not yet, I'm making a snowman. No, really, I say, I want to come in. Not yet, you say, I'm eating ice cream. Imagine we are characters, still, and the black square inside us is growing, and that is the plot. Plots are cancer. The mystery of the black square is cancer, and black ice. It is the plot that used to be space, and now it's a car on its side after an accident. One of the wheels is spinning. Before anyone moves or says, are you okay? The airbags and the seatbelts pinning the driver. Before the driver wonders if he can move. Before the doctors find cancer. The car, as we think about it, is a black square. The passengers are worse than black squares. The plot hasn't reached them yet. All we want are paramedics, healing, resolution, a little light in the world. I'm mentoring Boris, and I'm explaining fiction. Snakes which give birth to hundreds of snakes, which are descriptions of characters and representations of the best-sellers you outgrew so long ago. You want them to be you, all of them you. You're writhing. We can't even pronounce the words correctly. And the snakes, they're ancient, from the very first garden, and they will not let you pass through this world unbitten. They will not let you stay in this world unbitten, and you love them, and you meet them, and you worship them in all their guises, and that is fiction. That is why you love fiction. You're alive when you love fiction. I think I should quibble on the head. Over the summer, I'll read just 2 more poems. Over the summer, when I was doing thesis panels, like I kept telling people, write causals. They're great when you have a day job. You just write little couplets and you don't have to worry about them connecting to anything. I thought, you know what, maybe I should do that too. So here are 2 causals. This one's, and I've been naming them after birds. This one's called brown thrashers. No, that's not it. This one's called tyrant flycatchers. It's the state bird of Georgia. He says in Scotland they harvest long sheets of plastic, which they slice into tape. I'll trade you rice straw 3 bowls, trees, and a door, and I don't know what it opens to, he says. If the arrangement of units come from a pattern where the dye factory leaks, he says, then you'll have a technical husband, and he will stick to you like death. The scale is easier to comprehend if you're a sort of tree, he says, and in his courtship he puffs himself up like a ball and flutters while singing madly, in brilliant contrasts and drabness around us. Or they say live, and he refuses to do so. Diurnals of lapse, a sort of fear you're not afraid of. Don't let your tired flycatchers go to waste, he says. He says he knew the guy who played with low-grade adhesives. He glued a note to his boss's mahogany desk. The insect world never troubled him again. Neptune's diamond oceans. So thinking unchangeable thoughts have always been a mistake. A little light in my mouth so my tongue can finish reading what he says. You don't understand what I say, he says. No, you're wrong. The flycatcher gives me a little tug, and I say the lesser of my dad's 2 names. They fly up to catch an insect directly from their perch, and then immediately return to the same perch. We get closer until we're everywhere, he says. This is called ivory-billed woodpecker. The ivory-billed woodpecker is a bird that's believed to be extinct, and yet people keep seeing it. It's also a tribute to Woody Woodpecker. Some ghost are racing its ghost, whose ghost resists with all its might. Being you don't know you're doing this. Tell your ghost there's a river here. Can't you smell the turbulence? Don't you feel it pulling you? Rather be a fish than a ghost. Rather be a magnolia forest than a ghost. A bottle with a note wedged inside of it instead of a ghost. Is or was one of the largest. It goes away because you killed it. It comes back and it hides from you. Spend your best American money on defending emotional against the avant-garde. Want to sleep with everyone and never have to pay for it. There are no unambiguous photographs, videos, specimen, or DNA samples from the feathers or feces of the ivory-billed woodpecker, but we know it's there. It's the bottom of the 2nd inning, and Kyle Kendrick is pitching against the Florida Marlins. I say, ghost bird, and you come to me. I have a lot of faith you can circle nearby, even if you're resisting what I'm telling you. The spirit is a pole, a teacup, you as you grow old, a fold, an ivory-billed woodpecker sing. I'm here. This is what I sound like before they made a cartoon character. At times, primeval hardwood forests covered the earth, and they would never flock, preferring solitude than peeling the bark off dead trees. Crossing your arms around your purse, I've got something I want to show you. Prepare for life. I pull a night shift while you sleep. Inhabitants of the forest we live in think we're crazy, so we go to the psychiatrist, a wolf with a Scottish accent. And it's great, until we find out he's extinct too. Thank you.